So in your last class I was talking about the bisection method, and it was quite simple, I presume. So you have to find out the root between the negative point and the positive point, which I told you to write as A and B. Okay, then you will be taking the averaging in each iteration, and it's quite simple. And as it's simple, it also takes time to converge. The result you are having, or the result you are getting, is getting after 5th, 6th or 7th iteration. To advance or to fasten this technique, we'll be discussing another method that's called the Regula Falsi method, which is an advancement of the bisection method. So for this type of method, or for this method, or before understanding this method, I hope you remember how to calculate slope of a straight line, because these things are very much important for this topic. So you know how to calculate slope? Yes class, you know how to calculate the tangent line. So tangent line at point x1 y1, that's red line is the tangent line. It will be equals to y minus y1 equals to f dash x1 x minus x1. And what is the normal line? This green line is the normal line. So you remember the tangent formula, remember the slope. I hope you remembered it from your school days. Okay, now the method I'm going to discuss, this called the Regula Falsi method. Some people call it Regula Falsi method, some people call it a chord method. Okay, some people call it a linear interpolation method. So at the very beginning, it's like the bisection method. You have to take an initial case. And what do you mean by this initial case? By the initial method, or at the very beginning, what you have to do? You have to consider 2 points. At the start of all iterations, or at the initial point, you have to estimate 2 points, or you have to calculate 2 points where, or the point interval, the adjacent point interval A and B, you have to find out, minus and plus, and among which the root is lies, and in between A and B your root will be there. Just like the initial case, the Machli Bazar example I have given you, the fish market example I have given you. So that would be the initial case. So there will be A point, there will be B point, and in between the root is lying. But this system, this Regula Falsi method and bisection method, it's for the nonlinear cases. Let's consider one. I'm not presenting.
The screen is not right.
In that, you have to start all your iteration method like Regula Falsi method or Newton-Raphson method. We have to determine the interval in which the root lies. Okay, after that, so I am taking an example. Let's consider this figure. I am taking an example. Let's consider a nonlinear function. This is a curve y equals to fx. So let's consider y equals to fx. Okay, that's the curve, this black curved area. Now I always take A as the negative point, I always take B as the positive point. So this axis is your x axis, this axis is your y axis. So A and B, the 2 points, in between 2 points you will have a interval, or you will have your root. So what is the actual root here? The actual root is the curve is intersecting this x at this point. So this point will be your actual root. It is called the actual root. So for the Regula Falsi method, what I will do, I will be doing, I will take a line between A and B, which will be the approximations of the curve in the interval in between these two. So if I project this one, and if I project this one here, so this point will be A, okay, and if I project this one here, then this point will be B. See here, that's A and B. Okay, this curve is y equals to fx, the black one. Now what I will do, I will take a approximation line between A and B, and you will have a new root. What is your new root? Your new root is this, and you can write this root as C. So in between A and B point you are having C point. So if I take only the x-axis, you can see so A point, B point, just like the bisection you remembered, but we are not averaging it for the regular falsi. You will have the C point. This method is more faster than the bisection method. Okay, is this clear to everyone? So we are having the C point here. From C I will project the C point here at this condition. So I will be calculating the FC at point C. Function we used to calculate. So this point you can write, this A point, it can be written as A, that's the x comma y we generally denote any 2D coordinate system or Cartesian coordinate system. There I will be writing A comma FA. So which one is FA? The y axis, this length is FA. Okay, this length is FB. This point is A, this point is B. Is it clear to everyone? Just confirm. Okay, now this is your A comma FA, this will be your B comma FB, F function B. So initially what we are doing, we are taking an approximation, and that approximation line of or initial line is AB, which is intersecting the x-axis on C point. Now I'll from this C point, I know the C point, from this C point I will be estimating the FC. Okay, now you will be seeing that FC is negative or FC is positive. Then if after getting the FC, again you will be considering this point. So your new point will be according to the negative and positive sign, your new point will be this point, and then again you will be taking another you'll be taking another approximation. See, so this is our whole objective. We have to reach here. At first iteration we are here, okay, second iteration we are here. So we are getting near to this point, and this is very much faster, you will see with the same example. So A, C, and let's say this is D. Then you will be calculating FD from here, FD, okay, and that FD if you project it, what will happen? That FD will go like this. You will be approximated at that point. You will have another intersection E, which is very near to our real root. So this is very near to our real root. So you will be having E point. So first you are having C point, then D, then E, then again you will have F, like this way, and you will, by this way you will be reaching to the real root position. So how this is generally done? What's the formula? How you will calculate C? That should be your question now. How we can calculate C? So let's consider this figure. Okay, I'm erasing other parts. Okay, so consider this line, ACB line. Okay, the first approximation I am taking. So consider, if I consider the AB line, A and B line, that's the first line or first approximation. Here you can always say that slope of, write this down, slope of AB, because you have to do math or you have to solve some problems associated or related to regular falsi method. So write this down, equals to slope of AC. Now how do you calculate slope of AB? AB so slope is equals to FA, or let's say FB is the positive value, so that's why I'm writing FB earlier. So FB minus FA divided by B minus A. So if you are doing FB minus FA, then you have to do B minus A. I think you know. What would be the slope of AC? Who can tell me? Who can tell me what would be the slope of AC? slope of AC from here. So what's this point actually? What is this point? This point is 0 comma C. So you have to estimate between 0 comma C to B comma FB or A comma FB. AC, I told AC, na? So you have to find this slope. So you will be using this point and this point. How you are getting FC? FC is this point. It will be 0 minus FA. See, the function at this point is 0. The value of y-axis is actually I did a mistake here. It is 0 comma C. Yes, C comma 0. It will be okay. So the y-axis will be C 0. So 0 minus FA, and then it will be FB. C minus A. It will be C minus A. Simple. Now from here you can easily calculate the C value. So yeah, I'll be doing C minus A equals to minus of F of A, this value, okay. It will be multiplied with B minus A and divided by this term, that will be FB minus FA. Now from here you can easily calculate the C value, right? Find me the C value as the simplify that expression also. Simplify that expression and tell me what will be the C value. You know how to do simplification? Simplify that value. So what will be the value of C here? That's very important for this regular Falsi method, because you have to estimate C at this point. So there we in the bisection method we are having X value, like we are getting X value by using A and B value. Similarly you will have C value using A and B value. What would be the C value? Anyone?
AFB.
Yes.
BFA. FB minus FA.
Yes. AFB minus VFA. FB minus FA. That's our C value, and that's our final formula. Now let's solve one problem. Have you written this down? Okay. Now let's solve one problem. Okay. Now using regular Falsi method, solve x cube minus 2x minus 5 equals to 0. So at first line you will be writing that fx equals to this value, x cube minus 2x minus 5. Write this down. Then what you will do? You have to find the initial A and B value from which you will get the C value, right? So your step 1 would be find A and B value. A means where you will be having the negative FA value and FB value is positive. The interval you have to find out. Okay. So put 0, 1, 2, 3. This example I think it's from the last phrase example from the bisection method you did, right? So what was the initial A and B value? Tell me. A value, A value was 2. Last time we did it, right? In the bisection method. This same exercise we did last day, yesterday, your last class. So A value is 2, B value is 3, A is giving the negative 1, B is giving the positive 1. Do not write, if you are writing or using style 1, do not write in this way, for but for your understanding I am writing, or I am putting this minus and plus sign at the top. You better not to write like this. So this is B value, this is A value. Okay, so A is giving you negative, B is giving you positive. Step 2 would be, what would be the step 2? Find C. So how you can find out C? C will be equals to A FB minus, it's very easy, B FA divided by FB minus FA. Am I right? Okay. Third objective would be, or third step would be to estimate, just like the bisection method. If FA multiplied with FC less than 0, then the root lies between A comma C. If FB FC less than 0, then root lies between C comma B. That thing we used to assume for the bisection method. Remember, अगर नेगेटिव आया तो नेगेटिव होता है, नेगेटिव वैल्यू चेंज होगा, अपडेटेड होगा. Same funda will be applied here. Okay, so that's, if write in a mathematical way, that will be called as that FAFC you have to calculate. If it's getting 0, less than 0, then A, the root will be in between A and C. If it's giving you the value B and FC giving you the value less than 0, then it will be, means if this is giving you negative, then the root will be in between A to C, and if this is negative, this will give you the value C and B. Okay, C is the result, C is the outcome of the first iteration. Now fourth will be the repeat this step again. After getting the value, you will have A or C or C or B or C. From there you will be calculating the next points. Okay, now we are doing the style 1, and in this style 1 what we will do will be writing that style 1 is the length 1 according to us. FA equals to minus 1, FB equals to 16, at which point A equals to 2, B equals to 3. What would be the C value? Tell me the value of C. 2.0. Yes, 2.0588. यदि ना मिस्टेक करोगे तो रिजल्ट कन्वर्ज ही नहीं करेगा तुम्हारा, मैं बता रहा हूँ. So C equals to 2.0588. Now go for now we have to check it. What value you are getting for FC? If FC coming negative, then which value will be changing? A point or B point? किस point को change करोगे, update करोगे? If the FC value is coming negative, then you will be changing the A point. Yes, because A point is giving you the negative result or negative Y value. Y means fx, y equals to fx, remember. So if is coming negative, then A value को update करोगे. If it's coming positive, then B value को update करोगे. That's the simple funda for bisection and regular falsi both. Now check it. Is it coming positive or negative? What is the value of FC? The value of FC you are getting? Tell me. Minus 3.906 or 8.
Minus 0.3.
Okay, 0.3908. Okay, 39016. So it's giving you the negative value. Okay, so for the iteration 2, what would be the A value and what will be the B value, then what will be the C value, find me the FC value. A value, tell me A value will be, it's coming negative. So what will be the A value? This one, 2.0588. B value will be 3. So your root lies in between 2.0588 and 3. C value you are getting what's the C value? Tell me class. C value equals to 2.0812. What's the FC value? Am I audible or not? Sagnik? So what's the FC value? You have to be more faster, you have to be faster to complete or to finish your exam. Needs lots of practice with your calculator and all. So what will be the FC value? Is it coming positive or negative? Minus 0.14. Okay, 147, right? 779. Okay, so it's coming around, it's a negative value, negative. And so what will be the A and B value for iteration? What will be the A and B value?
A will be 2.0812.
Yes, so A will be this value. A value would be equals to 2.0812. B value will be equals to 3. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so find the C value. Now one thing I didn't mention here, okay, for the iteration 3, what was the rule? The rule was you have to check with FA multiplied with FC. If it's coming negative, then only the root will be between A and C. Okay. So first find out the C value. And I'm assuming for this case, because I have written it down, I'm not complicating for this part, for the initial portion. The FA and FB in each of the cases is coming around positive so far. Okay. So if you getting FC negative, then you will be updating the negative value. That's the criteria, remember, not the previous one. So find me the C value here. So C value is coming around 2.0896. Now find me the FC value. It's coming positive or negative? It's coming negative. It's coming negative. Okay. Now find me the value of FA and find me the value of FB. Previous cases I didn't consider because previous cases में FA and FB का value positive आ रहा था. But you should have calculated the FA and FB value. So that will be discussed in your style 2. There you will get the idea. This is the lengthy process, that's why I am not writing. So find me the values that FA is coming positive or negative, FB is coming positive or negative for this case.
For the new iteration?
Yes, for the iteration number 3. 3 or 4 होगा ये. Yes, ये iteration number 3 होगा. So for the iteration number 3, find me the value of FA, FB. So you will see here FA is negative and FB is positive. So what will be the case? FA, FC, which one is positive and which one is negative? FB, FC. So this one will be positive and this one is the negative. So the root will be lying in between this one, not this one. Am I clear on this? So your root will be in between FB and FB multiplied FC equals to negative. So the root will be in between B and C. So the B value is 3 and C value, what was the C value? 2.0896. So your root will be in between B to C, in between B and C. So for the iteration number 4, what will happen? A value will be it's giving negative, FC is negative, so which value will be updated in this case?
A value.
A value will be updated. So A value will be 0. Why A value?
2.0896. Negative.
If you multiplying FB and FC is FB multiplying with the FC is negative आ रहा है क्या? कौन सा negative आ रहा है? FB into FC negative आ रहा है. So what will be? So your root will be in between C and B. So what will be the A value? A will be 2.0896. A value will be updated, and B value will be the same because B तो रहेगा ही ना, C and B. So C value हो जाएगा A value and B value will be same. Then from here you can calculate C. But before that you have to calculate FA and FB. Now let's do it in a proper way. Style 2. Okay. So what I will do for the style 2, I'll make a table. Now you have to tell me the values. Be ready for that. Iteration, then your a value, I'll put a minus sign here, then you'll have the b value, I'll put a plus sign here, then from there I'll be having the c value, okay, and fa, fb. Each and every time you have to calculate fa and fb, otherwise you won't get fc, okay, and your remarks, okay. Now for the iteration number 1, we have a value 2, b value 3, c value was, what was the value of c? c value कितना था?
2.0588.
fa value, calculate the fa value. -1. fb value?
16.
fb value was 16 plus 16, okay. So I'm writing here. If you want to write plus, or plus का कोई मतलब नहीं है, you know. So fc value, we did calculate the fc value. What was the fc value?
Minus 0.39105.
Minus 0.39105. So which one is negative? You have to write in the remarks that ऐसे मैथ नहीं होता है टाइप कर करके, okay. So you have to write in the remarks which one is giving you the negative value, FAFC negative, or which one is negative. So I'll be writing FBFC less than 0, root in between, root is in between B and C, okay. So the root is in between B and C. So what will be fixed? B will be fixed, A will be updated for the second iteration. For the iteration number 2, what is the value of A? 'A' का वैल्यू कितना होगा?
2.0588.
2.0588 मीन्स यहाँ से A का वैल्यू जो है वो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, एंड B का वैल्यू, बिकॉज द रूट इज इन बिटवीन B एंड C, so B का वैल्यू सेम रहेगा. So it will be 3, and C value is was coming around. What was the C value?
2.081.
2.0812, right? 812, and FA value was coming. What was the FA value? Every time you have to calculate the FA value. The
0.39.
is it positive or negative? Tell me just.
Negative.
Negative, na? Okay. Next time it's coming, it's positive or negative? FB value?
Positive.
Positive. So which one is so FC value? It was coming negative. So it was coming negative. So which one is FB FC is negative? Okay, again the root is in between B and C. Am I right? So the root is in between B and C. So B तो सेम रहेगा 3, थर्ड इटरेशन पे B तो सेम रहेगा, A का वैल्यू हो जाएगा 2.0812, B का वैल्यू सेम रहेगा, एंड what was the C value? We did calculate. C value was 2.0896. Now find me the value FAB you are getting there. It was coming positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. FB
Positive.
is coming positive. FC
Negative.
is coming negative. Okay. So what will happen here? This thing again prevails, same thing will happen. Okay, FB and FC will be less than 0. It will give you the value, the root will be in between B and C. Am I right? For the third iteration, am I right? It's giving you the negative value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for the third iteration, now for the fourth iteration we have 2.0896 as A. For the B value we again have 3. Now C value will be 2.0927. FA value is coming around, it's coming negative. Again FB value will be positive. So FC value was
Negative.
FC value was negative. So you can easily estimate that where you are getting same thing will happen, FB and FC, so your root will be in between B and C. So see why I didn't consider the FAFB calculation for the first time, because for this particular problem it always giving you the same sense, but the actual rule, the actual method you have to follow is this. You have to calculate FA, you have to calculate FB, you have to calculate FC, then you will be seeing that which one is giving you the negative value like this, you have to write in the remarks, and then you will be done with this problem. So this is the fourth iteration, and here you can see the results are almost or near to the same. If you approximate it, so it will coming around 2.09. It's coming around 2.09. You can go up to iteration 5th, 6th, 7th. Okay, do that in your home, at your home you will be doing that. Okay, that will be your homework, and let me know what is the result you are getting. और एक्सेल में मत करना, एक्सेल में करोगे तो पाप लगेगा, ठीक है ना. You are not allowed to do this math on Excel or is with the help of Excel. So एक्सेल में मत करना, use your calculator, classic old technique. एक्सेल में करोगे तो पाप लगेगा, बाद में मुझे नहीं बोलना, ठीक है ना. Is this clear? Regular falsi method. Is it clear to everyone? Regular falsi method. Okay.
Sir.
So what result you are getting at 6th iteration? You were having result 2.09. If you remember from the bisexual method, 2.09375 at 6th iteration. You are having the same result at 4th iteration. See the time saved. इतना टाइम तो बच गया ना 2 इटरेशन का. एंड फॉर दिस स्मॉल प्रॉब्लम, इसको तुमको कोई नेग्लिजिबल ओके इसी में और क्या टाइम लग रहा है, ये तुमको नेग्लिजिबल लगेगा. बट व्हेन यू विल बी डीलिंग विथ लार्ज मैट्रिक्सेस, व्हेन यू विल बी डीलिंग विथ ए लार्ज इक्वेशन, देन व्हाट यू विल डू, और हायर ऑर्डर इक्वेशंस, देन व्हाट यू विल डू, देन व्हाट विल हैपन. ओके, so it's a advancement. Now Newton and Raphson, they also thought that let's improve this regular falsi method by same way, but here we will not be taking any I will not be joining two lines to get the approximate idea or to calculate C. We will be taking tangent. So Newton-Raphson method, they consider that it will be converging more earliest or more easiest way if you take tangent. So for the regular falsi method, Newton-Raphson method, or the NR method, what do I do? Y equals to fx you have. See this first. Y equals to fx is your curve. That's the curve, that's the equation you have to solve, and they are considering, let's take a tangent here for the Newton-Raphson method. So suppose this is x, this is y axis, and this is the curve you want to solve. In case of regular falsi, what we do, we find out the interval a and b, and we will be joining the line and we will get the result. Here they call that, let's take a point, any point, let's take it's a p point or p0, whatever. At that point you will be taking a tangent to this curve. If I draw it properly, by this means, let's know, you know how to draw a tangent, right? So you are taking a tangent like this way. Understand, this is a tangent I am drawing. So your curve is y equals to fx. This curve you have to solve it to find out. So that's the p value you are getting, and the initial guess what x0. Okay, so the here will be px0 comma fx0, the p value, or let's say it's a p0 value, and there by doing so you have x0 will be exactly perpendicular to this. This is the x0 value. Okay, this black one is the tangent, this one is the curve, and this is the x0 value I am projecting on the x-axis. So this is the x0 point, this is the x0 point, which is our initial guess. Okay, now for the Newton-Raphson method, after considering the p0 value, what you will do, you will move in towards to the actual root. Where is the actual root? This point is the actual root. This is the actual root. For the next iteration, what I will do, I will plot this value. So you are having, if you are taking this tangent at p0 point, p0, the coordinate of p0 is x0 fx0, you are doing the tangent and you are getting an intersecting line. Remember, almost similar to the regular falsi method, but the funda which they are following, the fundamentals theory they are following, they are taking the tangents. Otherwise the intersecting the x-axis, at which point they are intersecting, let's say x1 comma 0, the y-axis is always 0, so that's the point. Now project this x1 point here. If I see the x1 point, that's the value of p1. This thickness or this y-axis direction on this y-axis distance will be fx1. Is it clear? Which one is fx1? This one is fx1. This one is fx0. So fx0 value, this is 0, is this one, fx1 is this one. Now p1, what would be the coordinate of p1? Tell me. What will be the coordinates of p1? x1 fx1, just like the previous problem we did. Now from here you can have the p1 value and p1 point, and this p1 point you can take another tangent. So let's take another tangent. I am drawing another tangent here, and that tangent is intersecting at which point? At x2 point. Okay, then again you will have the p2 point, then again you will have the x3 point. By doing so you are advancing in this direction, so your roots getting updated each and every time. Okay, now so this method is also called Newton's method, and we basically approximate the curve near a root by a straight line, by a tangent. it also called a tangent method. So if you see the Newton-Raphson method, the equation of the tangent, is this visible to everyone? This one.
Yes, sir.
So the equation of the tangent, yes, write this down. The equation of the tangent to the curve y equals to fx at point p x0 f0 is given by y minus fx0 x minus x0 f dash x0.
Sir,
Yes, that's the tangent value. Yes,
Sir, can you repeat the graph again?
this graph
Previous. No, sir, previously.
for the Newton-Raphson method.
Yes, sir.
That-
you have done
Oh,
before.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me draw it properly. If I could consider two axes, one is x, another one is y. Now you have to solve one curved or one curvature or one curve. You have to solve one equation, you have to solve, and that equation tells you that y equals to f x. To do so, for any iteration, what you have to do, you have to find at the initial point. You have to guess the initial point x0. So I am taking the initial point x0 here, x0. Okay. Now after getting the x0, what you will do, you will let's project this x0 point here, and it will be at this point. Guess so. Okay. So or if I take the straight line, इसको और भी बढ़ाना है. Consider this. Okay. So I couldn't draw it properly, the curve. So this point is your P0. So the this black line you are seeing, that is fx0. Okay, because this x is along is y is giving y equals to fx. So this is the fx0, and p0 can be written as x0 fx0. This point, if you want to write in a coordinate in sense of 2D coordinate or Cartesian coordinate, you can write x0 comma 0, because 0 on x-axis, y is always 0. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what I will be doing for the Newton-Raphson method, you will be taking a tangent. Let's take a tangent, first tangent at this P0 point, and that tangent is intersecting at which point? This tangent is intersecting at x1 comma 0 point, x1 comma 0, or at x1 point on the x-axis, this point. So your point this will be x1 comma 0. Now I'll be seeing at x1 point, I have the x1 point after first iteration, and then x1 point, from x1 point I'll be calculating fx1 value. Okay, I'll be having the fx1 value, and from there you will have your next point, that is p1, which has a coordinate x1 fx1, x1 fx1, the coordinate here, x1 fx1. Okay, now after getting the p1 point, you will again take a tangent. See how I am advancing in this direction, how I am advancing in this direction. So I'll be taking another tangent at this point. I couldn't draw it properly, and you will have which point here? Tell me, x2 comma 0. If you project this point on the curve, there you will get the p2 point. again from the P2 point you will be taking a tangent, you will have the x3 point, and so on. Now is it clear? So your actual route is this, and from starting a initial guess I am reaching here. डामसेरट खेले हो? डामसेरट क्या बोलते हैं उसको? डामसेरट ही बोलते हैं ना? हाँ, तो उसमें क्या पहले बोलते हैं ना कि गेस करो, जो गेसिंग होता है, तुमने गेस किया कि ये इंग्लिश होगा, फिर बंगाली होगा, फिर 2 वर्ड्स लेटर है, धीरे धीरे करके तुम पहुंचते हो, अच्छा लास्ट में तुमको मिलता है अच्छा ये है, ऐसे करके हम लोग पहुंच रहे हैं इसमें भी काइंड ऑफ. सो वी आर रीचिंग टू द रूट, दैट्स आवर फाइनल ऑब्जेक्टिव. वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज द रूट, विल बी रीचिंग देयर by doing or by taking tangent. Now let's solve if this problem is using Newton-Raphson method, and we will be using the style 2. And so let's take a table. This is the iteration, then A, B, again sorry, I didn't discuss the equations and all, so write this down. So the equations of tangent to the curve at f a y equals to fx can be written as at point p x0 f0, that is our initial consideration. So x0 is the initial guess, there you are having the point p0. Okay, by the way, who was asking? Who was asking? Priyash Mitra. So now you get it, right? So see here that the x0 point your initial guess, from where you are getting p0 point, there you are taking this tangent, then you are having x1 point, then that point you are having the p1 point, from x1 you are having p1 point, from p1 point you will be taking a tangent, and from here you will be having x2 point, and that from x2 point you will having p2, and so on. Then you will having p3 by calculating the x3. So by taking the tangent you can easily descend to this, or you can easily converge, or you can easily reach to the near of this root. Okay, see, it's more faster. Let me show you with an example. So the equation of the tangent to the curve you know always, that is y, write this down, y minus fx0 x minus x0 f dash x0. So where f dash x0 is the slope of the tangent of the curve, and now setting y equals to 0 and solving for x, we get x equals to x0 minus fx0 by f dash x0. Setting y equals to 0, solving for x. For the x equals to x0 point, this is the general equation. Now if y equals to 0, as I am considering this on x axis, then you will be having x equals to x0 minus fx0 by f dash x0. Where you are getting this? You are getting this at x0 comma 0 point, this point. So this they have written x0, it's actually, if you write like in Cartesian coordinate, it will give you the idea x0 comma 0. So x equals to x0 minus fx0 by f dash x0, provided or considering the fact that f dash x0 is not giving a 0 value, it's not equal to 0. That's the only criteria here. So the next approximation to the root will be given x1 equals to x0. So put x equals to x1 here in this case, and you will have the next approximation. So whatever we are calculating at x0 comma 0, that's giving you the idea of the x1 value. So in this equation you are putting the value of x equals to x1, and you are getting x0 minus fx0 by f dash x0 and this one, and then again we will be repeating the procedure. By doing so, you will have a result on Newton-Raphson, the root xn plus 1 equals to xn minus fxn f dash xn, provided this f dash xn not equals to 0. So that's your final outcome from the theory, and you have to remember this, because based on this you will be solving the problems. Done? Have you written this formula?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now, for the Newton-Raphson method, we'll be solving this. First one is you have to find out not A and B. So that's our fx. Okay. So I have to find out where you are getting positive value, where you are getting negative value. So f2 you are getting negative value, f3 you are getting positive. Function of fx at 3 you are getting positive value. So your root will be in between 2 to 3. From the previous example we know that, right? Or from the previous calculations we know that. So your x0 value in this case will be x0 will be the minimum one, that's the 2. So this value would be the function at x where x is negative and the x value is near to the 0 value. So why I am considering this is x0? Because this function where x is f of x is negative, among the intervals the a and b will be considering a as x0. Why? Because here you are getting fx is negative and from x0 to you will be reaching to the real root. Okay, so is giving you the negative sense, the fx value, and is near to the 0. That's how you will be solving this equation. Now what's the formula here? Xn plus 1 xn minus fxn f dash xn. Now find me the value of f dash xn, and I will be writing this. So what's the value of f dash x in this case? x cube minus 2x minus 5, 3x square minus 2. याद है कि भूल गए ये सब? 3x square minus 2. So xn in place of x I'll be putting, as I'm considering the n as a suffix, or at n plus 1th iteration you will be having f xn. This will not change. F xn, what will be the value? What was the value of f xn? It will be xn cube minus 2xn minus 5 divided by 3xn square minus 2. Now simplify this. Simplify this, what will be the result you are getting? Xn plus 1. If you could simplify it, then simplify this. So I'm getting, tell me that x n plus 1 equals to, bottom it will be 3xn square minus 2, am I right? And at the top it will, what will be the value? This one, what will be the derivative outcome? Or xn cube, xn cube or 3x
2xn cube plus 5.
2xn cube plus 5. इतना simple. So it's coming around 2xn cube plus 5. Okay, now I'll be doing the style 2. Okay, remember this formula. No, don't remember I mean you have this formula. Now n, that's the iteration value. Okay, then you will have xn plus 1 value from here. From the xn value you can calculate the xn plus 1 value. So let's make another. So right, this will be the xn and it will be xn plus 1. It is very easy. So for n equals to 0, first iteration, what is our x0 value? X0 value, what is the x0 value? X0 value is 2. From there I am getting xn plus 1 value. So put 2 in place of xn and you will have the xn plus 1 value. What? 1.9. 1.9. Okay, now for the first iteration we have this value will be your xn value. Is very easy, 1.9. then find me the value of xn plus 1. तुमको सिर्फ f dash x निकालना है. Now find me the value of xn plus 1. It's coming around we are starting from the negative 2, will be reaching to the positive side. Okay, like this way. For this particular problem, this is our 2. No, the curvature is in this direction. It's like this. So this is our x0. Then from here you will be having x1 by doing the tangent and all. Okay, and then you will be having x2, then x3, so on. So tell me xn plus 1. Put this value here. Plus Priyashmita?
Say 1.0075.
1.0075. Now 2. Second iteration. तुम लोग सही से कर रहे हो ना? Now for the second iteration. Let me just do it by Excel. Okay, so we have iteration, we have xn. We can calculate xn plus 1. For the xn2, this is 0th iteration. N value is 0. Xn value equals to xn value, tell me 2xn cube plus 5. Okay, 2xn cube 2 2 star 2 star xn cube minus 5 divided by 3xn squared by 2. Square minus 2.
It's plus 5 in numerator.
Yes, this is 1. No. Which one is plus 5? This one. This was plus 5.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's coming around 2.1. कोई किसी ने बता रहा था मुझको, तब गलत बता रहा था. So we started from 2. We started from the negative side. So we'll be reaching to the neutral side, or reaching to the let's say reaching to the middle point. That's like the bisection method. So this is the negative value, this is the positive value. So the root will be always greater than this negative value or this negative point. Remember? Okay. So in between 2 and 3, the root will be greater than 2, 2.5, 2.6, whatever maybe. That's why I doubted. Okay. Now tell me. So first point you are getting 2.1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second point, this will be equals to this value. कितने पॉइंट पे हम लोगों को रिजल्ट मिला है? See, after first iteration you have the result. You got the result after first iteration. So remember, in the bisection method, this was the value you are getting, Priyosmita. So this was the value you are getting, 2.09 something, 91, and yes. For the bisection method, it required 7 to 8 iteration. For the regular falsi, method, it took around 4 iteration, 4 to 5. हम लोग 5 तक किए नहीं है, ठीक है ना. For this Newton-Raphson method, after 1 iteration you have your result. Is it good? So after 1 iteration you have your result. So that first is it. So A is very fast. Did you do this, or after seeing this you are saying okay sir it's coming the same? तुमने किया कि नहीं?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now solve another problem. Okay. So that problem is x cube minus solve this problem, then we will be done with this method. X cube minus 3x minus 5. Let's say it's a 3. 3x minus 5 equals to 0, and now you find me. So you have to first estimate the A and B always, two consecutive interval where A is giving you the negative FA, where B is giving you the positive value. Then you will take the A as your root or as your first estimation x0, and you will be calculating the xn or xn plus 1 every time. So first do that and find me the root in this case. So find the root by Newton-Raphson method of this equation, x cube minus 3x minus 5 equals to 0. At which point what are your A and B's? So what's the value of A? What is the value of B? In your next class, I'll be discussing numerical differentiation. So I'll suggest you to next class tomorrow. I think yes, next class tomorrow from 9:30. So there I'll be discussing the Newton's differentiation, forward interpolation, backward interpolation formula, and from there we'll be solving some problem. So before that, we have to read few things. You have to understand the calculus. So go through the derivation part, and then the integration part. What ddx of sin x equals to, or dd theta of sin theta equals to, what is the value of dd theta of cos theta will be. So what will be the dd theta of tan theta, sin a, what is sin 2a equals to. So these things, this identity, go through that identities, so that it will help you to do that problems. Okay, so solve this value, x cube minus 3x minus 5 equals to 0, where at which point, what is your a and b, what's your a?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. So you will take 2 as your x0. Okay, so first you simplify this formula according to the Newton-Raphson method. So you will be calculating xn plus 1 equals to, with including xn or consisting of xn, how what is the formula you are getting, do that, then you will get the result, xn plus 1 xn n 0. Now for the xn equals to 2, xn plus 1, what was the value, what will be the value of xn plus 1?
So 2.33.
2.33. Okay, now for 1, Sagnik, Ria, Akhil, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the xn value here for the first iteration, or for n equals to 1, what will be the xn value? 2.33. What will be the xn plus 1 value? Do that.
$2.280.
2.280. Others having the same result? Now put n equals to 2, what will be the value of xn and xn plus 1? So it is 2.280. What will be the value of xn plus 1?
$2.279.
2.279. Okay, 79 or 8, whatever, 9. So it will be 2.279. If you do that, you will having the result x4 value same value you will be having 2.279. So the roots are repeating. Yes,
Same values.
same value. So the roots are repeating, and at which iteration you are having the result? At 2 iteration, at second and third iteration is required to understand that okay, this is our root. But at second iteration you have your result. So fast you can solve any problem by this Newton-Raphson method. It's a faster convergence technique.